As part of our 5 critical weekly optimization steps that we can do using PPC Scope, the first one was going to be to identify and filter out junk terms from the automatic campaign. The way that I'm going to do that is within my PPC Scope account, I'm going to go to the Analyze and Improve menu, and I'm going to go to the Advanced page. So this is going to be the Advanced Filter or Advanced Analysis page. I'll narrow my focus onto just the automatic campaigns for the products that I'm working on. I'll set the clicks equals minimum of 1, and I'll set the orders to a maximum of 0, and then I'll select filter to return a list of the search terms that have been active in the last 30 days. I can also change the date range up here to 60 days. And so the action is that I'm looking for the search terms that are not relevant to my product. In other words, they may only have 1 click to them, yet already I can tell this doesn't apply to my product. So I don't need to be as conservative as waiting for 5 clicks to see if it does something. If I already know, you know what, that search term is probably never going to convert for my product. It's just taking up space. It's spending money. Let me go ahead and get rid of it. This is an easy attack that I can do every single week in my automatic campaign. So what I'll look for is just scanning down these search terms. Let's say I'm selling a baking sheet specific to pastries. Okay. So some of these search terms that I can see along here do not seem to line up with the specific product that I'm selling. Now I want to take into consideration, is that a term that a shopper might use that I really haven't identified yet for this product? It might be a variation of a search term that would apply to my product. What I'm specifically looking for are the ones that are absolutely no, that doesn't apply to my product. It's not even related to my audience, and therefore I want to stop those quickly, even at 1 click, so that I can spend my money on better terms that are going to have a better chance of converting to a sale. So easily, one of the things I'm picking up right here is there's a toy set for some of these baking sheets and pastry kits, you know, probably like playtime kind of thing. And so I know that I'm selling a product that is not a toy, and therefore I'm going to select all the ones that have toy, so I can go ahead and negative exact match these search terms so that they no longer run. Now these are going to be added as a negative exact match in the ad group for this within this automatic campaign, so that each of these terms will no longer run. So I'm going to scan through these other search terms and identify the ones that are not related to my pastry baking sheet. Here's another toy one. Some of these might be like steel molds for like cupcakes and that type of thing. Now, there might be a little bit of overlap with pastries and some of these preformed steel molds that are used for baking. So I might want to consider keeping those for a little longer to see if they do anything. I'm just looking for the ones I can eliminate quickly. Spring silicone mold. Now you can see where some of these are just kind of a slight offset. You know, you're not quite sure just yet if that is going to develop into something that's related to my product. But like set of sheet, that could mean a number of different things. That could be bedding. That could be something to do with the pastry sheet that I'm selling. I don't quite know yet. So I'll probably leave that one in there, allow it to generate a few more clicks to see if it actually starts performing. Here's another one. I don't sell a pie dish, but it is related to pastry and baking and cooking, so I might leave that one for a little longer and see if it actually does anything. Now, the biggest amount of time you're going to spend on this is the first time that you go through this. And of course, in this case here, we've got 307 entries. So the first time we go through this, it's going to be more extensive than each successive week. And I can page through onto the next list and continue to add these. But for now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these page 1 items that I've already selected here that are for the toys. And I've already selected those. So I'm going to add those to Change Manager. So then with 10 search terms added to Change Manager, now I can move on to Change Manager and I can approve those changes. So then within Change Manager, I can go through and just scan through and make sure, yep, those are all the ones I want to add in there. They all say toy, and those are part of this change set or this batch of changes of negative exact match terms that I'm going to add into Campaign Manager from PPC Scope simply by selecting the Implement Changes button. Once I implement the changes, that'll send those off to Amazon. Amazon will apply negative exact match keywords to the ad groups that apply for each of these search terms in these automatic campaigns. And then I can move on and I can do other optimization. So one last note back on the advanced filter page is if one of the search terms or many of the search terms are ASIN numbers. In other words, shoppers have seen your ad on somebody else's listing, they've clicked through to your ad. In the cases of the ASINs showing up in an automatic campaign, we're going to create a different video that addresses specifically how do you handle ASINs that come up in your automatic campaign.